Hey everybody, it's Brenda with Creations, and today I'm working in my mid-month mini. It's with the Mission Inspiration group over on Facebook with Mike Deacon, and for mid-month minis, we are doing tag journals this year. So I made my tag journal, and that's the front cover, and it's got acetate over it to protect it, and the back cover, and it also has acetate on it, and it's got 12 pages, one for each month. Well, there's only 11 here. I took out number 12. So I'm going to set this aside. And for this month, we have mid-month mini mission inspiration for January, the letter S. We are unlimited with anything we do other than using one of these words as our inspiration. So the words were static, street, song, salvage, and shadow. I chose static after much thinking on this. So I'm just going to set that up there. And so I have downloaded an image of static and printed it out and cut it in the shape of a tag to match this tag. So I couldn't think of what I wanted to do, and this was a challenge because there's no prompts, there's no nothing to go by. It's just use a word for inspiration. So I came up with static. And then it was what makes static. So that's the images that are going to go on here. It's things that create static or can have static. So we're going to and I've treated everything and sealed it all. And I'm thinking I might want to splatter on here. And if I do, I have another sheet that's not been treated yet that I can, the other half of this sheet, I can recut in if I mess up. Because I'm thinking I want to add more to it, you know. So we're going to glue it down first. So get the Mod Podgy minis, which I didn't do that many last year because I had just joined the group and stuff. So they were a quote, and you had to make something that represented the quote, how the quote inspired you or whatever. Well, so I was looking forward to that they changed it this year. And so now we're doing, I guess they spin a spinner and you get they get a random letter by spinning this spinner. It's a very cool steampunky spinner that Ian made. And so it came up on the letter S, and then we were given these word options. Now you could choose another word. That was another option, picking another word. I chose to not pick another word, but just to go with the word that we had, the words that were given. I'm going to line this up on here as best as I can. I cut it with the same tag, and that's not straight. Okay. Now I just had the bone flipper. And it's not straight, and I done pressed it and pressed it. Okay. Redo. This could be the most difficult part right here, getting this glued down. Okay, I'll line that up. And it's still not straight. Oh, Lordy be. Lordy be. try to make this a quick video, and this is going to take 30 minutes just to get this piece of paper in here. I think that's got it. So that has to dry for a minute. Let me put the top back on here. And then I happen to think, how am I going to sign this? Because we sign our work, and that's got to shift down. Oh, Lord. You know what? It's just going to hang off. I'm not going to take it apart again, but I do need to repunch the hole. And I punched all my holes with the crocodile. So I'm just going to line this up. And there we go. Hole punched. Okay. And the tags that we're using, I have an actual tag die that I purchased from AliExpress. It's 3.5 by 8.5. It doesn't, if I turn an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper, it's too big. It is just barely too big to go this way. And so I can only get 2 tags going this way because of length. But I can get 2 in width. So you can also just measure you an 8 by, they're using 8 by 4. This one is 3 3/4 of an inch. Well, a little bit more than that, actually. No, it's 3 3/4, so it's not quite the 4 inches wide that Mike is using. But it's what I had, and I didn't want to hand cut all the dies or all the tags. So this is the one I have. Now what I think I'm going to do is, oh no, I want to use the stays on for this. I'm going to ink around the edges. And I can do that while we're waiting on it to dry. And I'm going to do that with the stays on black ink. Never have I edged anything in black, you guys. So this is the first. And it's still damp, my little paper. That's okay. And it's not glued all the way. Maybe I should not have sealed the back of this. So I would have paper-to-paper contact. But it should still work. And the reason I sealed it is because it's inkjet ink, printer ink. And I am planning on splattering stuff on here. And I know what happens to inkjet ink. If it gets wet, it runs. So I sealed my paper first. That's pretty. Kind of like that. Okay. So now I'm going to get out my little tiny pad. And I'm going to get out the water bottle, and we're going to try to spray water on here. My word. I had another spray bottle of water right here that actually sprays. Those bottles from the Dollar Tree, you guys, are not the best bottles. Well, let's see. Turn it so I can hold the nozzle correctly. Okay, I'm going to put some white paint there. My white paint is clogged up. So, pokey tool. And there we go. And that's all we're going to use because we're just going to make to where I can make little splatters. And I'm going to use my fan brush. Okay, this is going to make a mess. I'm just going to add some new, I'm getting splatters all over my desk. That's okay. Okay, rinse that off and let's wipe up all the little splatters. And I don't know if that really made a difference. We may add more. Now I'm all splattered. I think we're going to add a few more splatters. Just going to pour water. Little tiny bit. Like that. Add the white paint. Now where did the fan brush go? That I just had in my hand. I stuck it in my water bucket. There it is. Oh, there we go. Bigger splatters. Oh, that's too much. Wipe those off. And it's still got some gigantic ones in there. Okay, there we go. I'm going to heat gun this. Let me move this out of my way. I'm going to get this wiped up. Okay, I'm going to heat gun that real quick to dry that so we can put the black ones on it the same way. But if I put black on there now, we're going to end up with a bunch of gray. Okay, so unwarp it. Now I'm going to take and add some water to my mat again. A little dot of water. Black. And then a little dot of black. Fan brush again. It's one of these in here. There it is. That's kind of pretty how that's all broke up. Okay. So I'm using that background as kind of a starting point, except that we have too much going on here. Blot, blot, and redo for smaller dots. Okay, let me move this aside and set it flat somewhere for a moment so I can clean all this mess up. Because we have black everywhere. Little black speckles everywhere. And let's see. Spray that. And that was just alcohol. Let's get up all the Mod Podge glue. Okay. And I really like doing these mixed media things. It's just this one was, oh my, such a stretch because of the choices. Well, that's pretty. And then we have the original piece that we can compare it to so we can see if we really made a difference, or was this a complete waste of our time? But I think it came out pretty. And I see that it's still wet. Because it's still wet. Now it's warped. I'll unwarp it. Still a little bit wet. kind of twisted. So we'll just untwist it. There we go. Make it flat again. So here's the original static paper. And then my static paper. So yes, it did make a difference. Not a huge difference, but it's a difference. I like this one better. So that's how it's going to start. And, uh-oh, I'm missing a component. Nope, there it is. So we have a TV that I'm thinking I'm going to put down here. And I have a radio. And we have an old-timey telephone. Because, you know, you get static on your phone sometimes. And then we have our little word static, which I'm going to re-edge in black. And I think this is 4 pieces of cardstock stuck together. And then I cut the word static out of one of my little, I printed 2 of my little sheets and cut static out of that. There we go. So it's like, it made like chipboard. It's 4 pieces of cardstock stuck together. And I just use scrap cardstock because I save all those little tiny scraps. So this is a case where a 1-inch scrap came in handy to make that. Okay, so we're just going to glue these on here. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to sign it. So I was thinking of taking the gesso and just kind of making a little smear down here to sign it. So we may want to do that first. So I only need a little bit of gesso. I'm just going to put it on my finger. And where'd my paper towel go? I don't need quite that much. I don't want to obliterate it. Sticking. There, so black ink should show up on that with no problems. So that I would be able to sign it. Making sure it's not sticky. Try to wipe my little white dots off my hand where I got white dot crazy. Okay, so I do want to re-edge the edge of that. Just re-edge the edge. Where I covered up my edging. And there that is. Came out kind of gray. But it's re-edged. And it looks really pretty. This would make a good Halloween ghosty kind of background. I have to remember that for Halloween. Print the static back out again. Okay. So these I am going to just glue with white school glue, using my finger to put it on the back. Except for this one. I saw how Artie Mae's glues her little skinny things. We're going to try it. So I'm just going to put our TV on here first. Now these I sealed the front of, but not the back. So they should stick down relatively easily with no trouble. And Elmer's white school glue is just basic PVA glue. And then our radio. Now, for those little skinny things, what Artie Mays does is this, y'all. Which you're probably not supposed to do, but we all glued our hands when we were in school. And then she sets it on here. And all parts get glued. And then we just wipe it off the back of our hand. But when I saw her do that, I'm like, that is ingenious. And now for our word static, that's going to go on with tacky glue. And just going to put it right there. And get the extra glue from around it. And there we go. It's a very simple page, but it's what I came up with for static. Now to sign it at the bottom, hopefully this will work. This is 1/20/20. Oh, that's weird. There we go. My mini mission inspiration completed. Static. Things that make static. And then what I'm going to do with my little paper is turn this over, just like we would do on the bigger pages. I'm going to put this on the back. Like this. And there it is, everybody. Mini mission inspiration for January, done in the box. And it was fun. It was challenging to come up with the concept and idea, but it was fun. So thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a great day. I will be live on Tuesday, which is tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Time. And we're going to be making an altered, I'm going to be painting a cover on a book that we're altering for an art glue book kind of thing. So that is that. Thank everybody for coming, and have a great day. Hugs and blessings, and see you tomorrow on the live stream. Bye, everybody.